Hariom friends, welcome to the 10th part of the introduction to the Vijayanagara Empire. So in the last part, we had a look at, Malik Kafur's invasions going right up to, Tamil Nadu, present-day Tamil Nadu, and how he was almost defeated by Vikrama Pandya and sent back, but the treasure went off with him. So by 1312, Alauddin Khilji was in a very powerful position because what he had done was he had extinguished most of the kingdoms of Rajputana, so Jalor, Ranthambore, Chittorgarh, and he had also kind of gone deep into South India and had extracted tremendous riches. And like I mentioned in the last video, Barani, who's one of the Muslim chroniclers, he says that such wealth was never seen at Delhi ever since Muhammad Ghori had conquered Delhi. So much money and treasure was brought in. But in 1312, there was a little bit of instability at Delhi, and typically, Hindus being freedom-loving people, uh, they took this opportunity to rebel against the Delhi Sultanate, especially in Devgiri, in Maharashtra, or what is present-day Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. And 1312 was also the year when it was curtains for the Yadava dynasty of Devgiri. So Sangama or Billama, so his name is not certain, so different accounts have different names, who was the son of Ramchandra Deva of Devgiri. He took over the throne because Ramchandra Deva died in that year, and he immediately declared his independence. So Alauddin Khilji obviously couldn't have this, so he sent a large force under Malik Kafur, and Sangama gave battle, but I think he was defeated and he fled or he died. It's not certain what happened. But in any scenario, what is certain is that Malik Kafur took over Devgiri and he made it a Muslim city. So this time there was a change. So they didn't go hunting around for any, pliant Yadava prince who could be put on the throne. Instead, they made it an integral part of the Sultanate. So Devgiri was Islamized. So all the temples were destroyed. And a lot of these jihadis from North India and who were pouring in from different parts of Central Asia, Iran, and Arabia into the north were brought in to resettle Devgiri, and typically they had Muslim wives, and obviously the offspring was all Muslims. So from the beginning, Islam has always has this focus on either gaining power by means of military. So you wage war, you kill your enemies and convert the rest by demographics. So you produce enough children so that your population kind of outpaces or reaches a critical mass where you can start challenging and fighting with whoever your non-Muslim neighbors are. And the third is by theology. So you convert people. So you convert the king or some of the key people, and then they make rules in such a way that large sections of society are forced to convert. So Devgiri became pretty much a Muslim city by this time, and there was another knock-on effect. Now, Muslim power, for a large part, even till the Mughal time, was restricted to the cities. So Delhi, Devgiri, and whatever the major cities of that era were. The countryside was 90% in Hindu hands. And Ibn Battuta, another jihadi who is hailed as a great traveler or world traveler, whatever it is, he came to wage jihad in India in Muhammad Tughlaq's time. So he's written a very interesting account, and in one of those accounts, so he's I think in some place near about Delhi, and we are talking about Muhammad Tughlaq when that Muslim power is absolutely at peak, and his group of Muslim jihadis was ambushed by Hindu warriors, all wearing armor and chainmail, and they suffered a bad defeat. And this Ibn Battuta chap survived by doing a Sashtang Dandat, prostrating himself and asking for mercy, because Hindu Kshatriyas or warriors, they give Abhay Dan. So if you ask for mercy, they will not kill you, because it's considered against dharma to kill someone who is unarmed and who is asking you for mercy. So, so this was the situation even then. So you can understand that the countryside was pretty much in Hindu hands. So as soon as the Yadava power, as soon as the Yadava central house disintegrated, the different chiefs in Maharashtra, their subordinate Samantas and other Nayakas, they declared their independence. So one of the very powerful Nayakas was Naganayaka. So he ruled the region around Pune, the mountainous region of the Sahyadris, and his base was at Kondana. So this is a picture of Kondana, which now is called Simagad. So this is just outside Pune, and it's I think a recreational and a tourist spot for Punekars and others as well. So his seat was at Kondra, and he declared his independence. Because see, the Muslims were quite skilled in cavalry warfare, which had to be conducted where the land was flat without obstructions. Because see, cavalry, like I keep saying, is like the mechanized infantry of today. So they move in fast armored vehicles, trucks, and they can rapidly get from here to there. But if you have got mountainous regions like the Himalayas or the Sahyadris where the roads maybe aren't that good, then obviously your movement rate of movement goes down quite dramatically and your mobility goes down. So this was the same case with cavalry. So while they had an edge on the plains, they could field their entire cavalry force and attack from left, right, center. In the Sahyadris, it was a very different scenario, and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj made excellent use of this terrain to kind of rout the forces of these Deccani Sultanates and then the Mughals as well, and Chhatrapati Sambhaji later on. So Naganayaka declared his independence, and a large part of Maharashtra, even the Konkan part, was in Hindu hands at that point of time. So this is a map from 1320 which I have created. It's not accurate at all. I had done this many years ago, and I have just kind of roughly indicated. So the block which is highlighted in this kind of dark pinkish color on Delhi is the core area of the Delhi Sultanate. Again, not very accurate, not to scale. And you can see this light pink shading. So all these areas are in very tenuous control. So except for the headquarters, for example, at Devgiri, everything. So this Konkan strip again is not accurate on this map. This was completely in Hindu hands. So and parts, so large parts of Gujarat as well. So Junagadh and Pavagadh, again two very powerful Hindu kingdoms. These were absorbed or conquered by the Sultan of Gujarat, Muhammad Begada, in around 1400s. So we are talking around say 1312, 1320. So this was very much in Hindu hands. And then you had the powerful Kakatiya kingdom with their headquarters at Warangal or Orugolu. Then you had the eastern Gangas of Orissa. So a lot of India was properly in Hindu as Hindu kingdoms. Then you had the Hoysalas. And another kingdom emerged from the ruins of the Yadav kingdom, which was the Kampili, kingdom of Kampili. So the Yadavas had a Samant or a chief called Mummadi Singheya, and his son built Kampili into a very powerful kingdom. So it was spread out over modern day Dharwad, Bellary, and parts of the Raichur district in Karnataka. Uh, and it was a very powerful, small but very powerful kingdom. So they used to have, these fighting bouts with the Hoysalas under Veeraballa the third as well. And then you had Kerala, which was pretty much completely Hindu for a long time. And then you had the Pandyas in Madurai. So it's Hoysalas, not Hoysalas. I stand corrected. So again, this is a rough map, but it gives you kind of an idea of what the situation was. And this is a photograph I got from blog, so I give them the link there. So it's karnatakatravel.blogspot, and quite nice photographs. So this is remains of the fortress of Kampili Raya. It's called Hemagudda now. I think it was used to be called something else prior to this. So we'll tackle the Kampili Rayas in detail uh, in the in the later series, in the later part of the series, where we talk about Muhammad Tughlaq's invasion of South India. So that's all for this part. So in the next part, we'll have a look at what happened after Alauddin Khilji died. So there were two interim sultans, and we'll also talk about resistance at Devgiri. So people don't just roll over and die. So until the last hope is there, Hindus typically keep fighting. So that's all for this time, folks. Please do remember to like, share, and subscribe this video, and do watch our series on Sanskrit mantras and shlokas chanted and recited by my father, Professor Idneshwar Shastri. We'll be uploading more chants in the coming weeks. So thank you, friends. Thank you for watching. I hope this was useful, and I will see you next time.